This year, the Montana legislature made a big change to the state law that prohibits smoking in indoor facilities. They expanded the law to include vaping. MTN senior political reporter Jonathan Abarian has more on the new law and what impact supporters believe it could have.
20 years ago, the Montana legislature passed the Clean Indoor Air Act, which said that indoor public spaces and workplaces had to be smoke-free. That was an adjustment for businesses at the time, and now they'll have to adjust again, as a new state law says that smoke-free also means vape-free.
We were excited to see the amount of support from legislators. I think that this is something they have been hearing about in their communities, with people coming to them, principals and superintendents saying that they need help.
Senate Bill 390 changes the definition of smoking in the Clean Indoor Air Act, so it includes using an electronic smoking device like an e-cigarette or vape pen. It passed the House and Senate with bipartisan support, and Governor Greg Gianforte signed it into law last month. Jackie Simmons with the American Heart Association says advocates believe one of the biggest benefits will be in pushing back on what they call a youth vaping epidemic. A 2023 statewide survey found just under half of Montana high school students have reported using a vaping product.
E-cigarette use was already prohibited in Montana schools, but we think that this sends a clear message to the public and to young adults and teenagers that e-cigarettes are not safe. Unfortunately, we think that because they've been excluded from the act, people have mistakenly thought that this was a safe form of nicotine use, but what we know is nicotine in every form is addictive and is dangerous.
SB 390 came with an immediate effective date, and it's already being enforced. The Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services says any businesses found in violation will get an educational letter before they're penalized. While the law's going to mean changes, Simmons believes Montanans have gotten used to the Clean Indoor Air Act, and they'll get used to this adjustment too.
At the time, smoking was so normal that people couldn't really realize the benefits of having smoke-free restaurants, smoke-free bars. Now I think most of us can't imagine going back into a restaurant that smelled like cigarette smoke.
About 10 city and county governments in Montana had already taken local action to prohibit e-cigarettes in indoor spaces. In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.